just got done watching Kanye's concert in Mexico City. Just a stream of it. And something just I don't know, a thought that came to my head that's just it must feel crazy on two ends. On one end being Kanye and being able to share a sold out stadium in Mexico City. And I mean like this shit's packed with your daughter. And then on the other side being the daughter of someone that can fill out that stadium and being able to be there in the presence of it is crazy. And not only that, but also have him play songs that you've made and those audience members singing your song at the age of 13, 100, I mean, tens of thousands of people at least, but that's so heavy to me. I can't put it into words right now off the top of my head, but that's just so heavy. You've proven yourself great. But at the end of the day, you're dad to these people. You're mom to these people. Like I'm talking about kids. And to be able to share that with them, that as an experience is something that I can't even, like that's heavy for me. That's something that's like, wow. I can only imagine what that feels like for Kanye. I can only imagine what that feels like. And then for a 13-year-old child to experience that as well, it's crazy. But it's more on the sense of like, in this setting, you can actually feel what it's like. Like you're standing there in the center of tens of thousands of people with your dad, and it's just, I don't know, the cop out word is aura. And then you get the moments to where it's like, okay, you're Steph's kid or you're LeBron's kid or you Michael Jordan's kid, and you can be watching them and you can see them do great things, which is, there's a level of the same thing to that, but this is different. This is tens of thousands of people. I mean, in the arena it is as well, but I'm talking about, this is a Mexico City stadium. It's different. There's levels to this. And then the already fandom and loyalty and interconnectedness that the songs that he's made has brought people to where they even want to come to this concert. But then just hearing it, and like, I don't know, something, Runaway always does something for me. And it always like just zens me out is, I guess, the word that I would use. But not only zens me out, but it feels human. It feels human. And the funny part about it is, it's not just the pianos. It's not most of the song. What part gets me every single time, and I'm listening to the whole damn near 10 minutes every single time that thing plays, because the ending where it's all the distortion and it's just like raw, there's nothing else that really like feels like that for me. Of course, there's moments where I'm listening to the singers that are really showing and you can hear the raw emotion, and I absolutely love that too. But there's an essence to the end of Runaway that just, it's human, it's tranquil, it's healing for me at least. I don't know, like it just every time, and then just hearing it. I haven't listened to the song in a minute, but just hearing that, and then like he's actually there saying the few words. Of course, it's still over the track, but to have made something that has been that influential and that impactful and have touched that many people, and then be able to perform it, it just, I don't know, man. Like, I keep saying I have no words to express this, but I literally can't express it because it's one of those things where I can only wonder what that's truly like to do something of that magnitude, and not in the sense of saying that like I desire to do something at that magnitude. It's more it's more so the feeling of like, what does that feel like? And that's how I've been in a lot of different areas of life throughout my life, is, and that's why I'm very quick to like pick things up and try things and open to new experiences and new things, because like, bro, what does that feel like? There's been a big snowstorm here in this area recently, and where I'm from, we get snow, but not like more than 10 inches I've seen in my life. But around here, it just snowed like almost 2 feet. And this was an experience. I got to see what that much snow looks like. I got to see mountains of snow from all over the street. I get to see cars buried in snow, which is insane. Like, parking on the streets, literally cannot get your car out unless you dig it all the way out, because the snow trucks have plowed the snow so much that it's literally, your car is almost fully buried except for the top of it if you got just a normal size sedan. It's the experience I just want to feel for myself what things are like, because sometimes you just cannot know. You cannot understand unless you do it. And that's why I feel maybe this is so unexpressible to me, because I'm not sure if I'll ever be able to do something of the magnitude of this, of a sold out Mexico City stadium. It's just, and that's why it's almost like people say you can't understand retail work unless you've worked in retail. And I beg to differ, because retail is not the only place that you can experience those things. If you're just a salesperson, if you're just a person that works with people in general, it doesn't necessarily have to be retail. You can get enough of that experience, not one to one, of course, but you can get enough of that experience to where, excuse me, that where it's negligible, the sentiment difference or your understanding of it. But the gap between where I am right now and performing a song that's arguably one of the best songs that you've ever made, that's reached billions of people, and to have tens of thousands, if not 100,000 people sing it word for word, and you're just in the center of all that. That's profound. It's really profound. And then to share that with your firstborn, That's heavy. That's heavy. I'll just keep working, keep experiencing things, and we'll see how close to understanding what something like that really feels like. Even somebody like Speed goes other places, and you see the oodles and noodles of people that show up and want to see him live and all these different things. Like when we went to Africa or when he was doing his tour here in America, it's just crazy to me because how does that even feel? It's more humane, it's more personal. I feel like in a concert like that and a situation like Speed and how Speed does it than it is necessarily an NBA game because an NBA game is it's really just it's more disconnected, I guess. But for Speed and for Ye, it's like mutual. They're working the crowds. They're working the people that are around them. Whereas you see it sometimes where players are interacting with the crowd and stuff like that, but it's mainly like player versus player, and that's the battle, and we're just watching it, and they're focused on the battle, but the relationship between the viewer and the spectacle, for lack of better words, that's something I just can't understand. Because I've played at sports, so I understand like to a level that side of things. Of course, not tens of thousands of people, hundreds of people maybe, but yeah. Again, like I said, I'm gonna keep trying to experience different things, and it's not so much that I'm chasing what they do and what they have so that I can I can feel that experience, but I do wish to experience that just for the sake of experiencing it, just to know for myself what it feels like because I can't even imagine.